Okay, so welcome to Miss Rachel's class. Okay, so we are continuing with our movie study today, learning all about Finding Nemo. So before we do that, let's have a look at our homework. So we had 2 homeworks yesterday. So the first one was all about causes and effects in part 3. So what I want you to help me do is I want you to help me match the causes to the effects. Number 1 says Marlin and Dory drop the mask. What is the effect of Marlin and Dory dropping the mask? Kang, can you hear me?
They had to swim deep down under the dark ocean and find an
Angler.
ang- anglerfish to get it back.
Good boy. Well done. Perfect. Perfect work. Okay, the next one says the 2 friends swam over the trench rather than through it. What was the effect of this? Lekang.
They were surrounded by jellyfish and they had to bounce on them to get out.
Good girl, Lekang. Okay, they were surrounded by jellyfish because they went over the trench and they had to bounce on top of them to get them off, to get them out. Okay, Marlin made Dory sad when he said he wanted to leave. What do we think about this one? What is the effect of this? Tweechy.
Marlin came back to save her.
So not quite that. So Marlin made Dory sad when he said he wanted Dory to leave. So at one point, Marlin said to Dory, "You know what? You can go on by yourself. I don't want you with me anymore." And Dory gets really upset. She starts to cry. Then some special fish come over to cheer her up. Do you remember? And they started doing funny things to help make her laugh.
The moonfish cheered Dory by doing the impression of a sailing ship and even Nemo.
Good girl, Tweechy. And the effect this had was that the moonfish cheered Dory up by doing their impression of a sailing ship and even Nemo. Well done. Good girl, Tweechy. Okay, next. Dory got stung by the jellyfish. What effect did this have?
Marlin came back to save her.
Good girl. Well done. Marlin went back to save her. Good girl, Mia. Okay, and last but not least, Marlin and Dory both got stung and fainted. Leo, what do you think the effect is of this?
Crush, who saw the whole thing, saved them and took them along.
Very good. So Crush saw the whole thing. He saved them and took them along on the East Australian current. Well done, guys. Okay, the next part of our homework was this. So I wanted you to write down about each character relationship. So today we're just going to discuss this. So let's have a look. So Marlin and Dory. Okay, so what events happened that teach us more about Marlin and Dory? So for example, in the beginning, when Dory drops the mask down to the deep dark ocean, how does that make Marlin feel? Is Marlin happy about this? Quang Hai.
No.
No, he's not happy.
He's upset of Dory because she put it to the ocean.
Very good. Well done. So when Dory drops the mask, Marlin gets angry at Dory. So this is not good for their relationship. Good job, Quang Hai. Okay, what happens when Marlin asks Dory to leave him alone? Does this show that they've got a good relationship? Yes or no? Lam.
No.
No. Why not?
Because Marlon said Dory to leave.
Marlin said,
Dory to leave.
yeah, he asked Dory to leave. So that shows us that Marlin doesn't really like Dory. Marlin doesn't want Dory to be with him. So that's showing us that their relationship isn't very good, whereas Dory gets very upset. Okay, what about when they get to the trench? When they get to the trench and Dory said, "We should go through the trench, not over it," does Marlin trust Dory? Yes or no? Everyone shout it out.
No.
No, he does not trust Dory. So what does that show us about their relationship? Sao?
No.
No, okay? Marlin does not trust Dory. He thinks that she is just a forgetful fish who delays him, that she slows him down. So again, that's showing us they don't have a good relationship. Now, when they get over the trench and they see all the jellyfish and Dory gets stung by a jellyfish, how does Marlin act? Quang Hai.
He saved her.
Very good, he saves her. What does this tell us about the relationship, Quang Hai?
When the jellyfish came in part 3, they relationship together.
Very good. It's getting better, yeah? The relationship is getting better. Good job, Quang Hai. So here we should have talked about how Marlin doesn't trust Dory, how he wants to get rid of Dory, but then when it comes to the jellyfish, he actually really cares for Dory. So we can see that their relationship is growing, it's improving, it's getting better. Okay, Nemo and the Tank Gang. So Nemo and the Tank Gang, what happens here? Well, Nemo becomes part of their club and Nemo and the Tank Gang try to escape. So what could we talk about for their relationship? Do we think it's a good relationship or a bad relationship? Ming Huang.
Bad relationship.
Bad relationship? Why do you think it's bad?
Because Marlin
So we're talking about Nemo and the Tank Gang.
and now is good
Good.
relationship.
Well done. Why is it a good relationship, Ming Huang? What makes you...
Because they are good.
Yeah, because they are good, they are friends, and they care about each other. Good, well done. We can tell that this is a good relationship because they are accepting him into their club. They want him, Nemo, to be part of their club, and then they decide to make a plan to help save Nemo from Darla. So the conclusion here is that their relationship is getting stronger and stronger. Okay, and the last one was I wanted you to write about Crush and Squirt. What do we think about their relationship? So it's father and son, and do we think they have a good relationship or a bad relationship? Assie, can you tell me? Do you think they have a good relationship or a bad relationship? Or a bad? Good girl. Well done. It's good. So can you tell me why you think it's good?
I don't remember.
That's okay. Don't worry. No problem. Okay, who can help? So Crush and Squirt have a good relationship. Why? Who can tell me a little bit about why they have a good relationship? Perfect. Let's go for Sao. Okay, Sao?
They have a good relationship because Crush is that of Chris.
Very good. Crush is the dad of Squirt. And Sao, can you remember when Squirt gets thrown out of the current and he's swimming alone? Marlin goes, "Oh my goodness," and he tries to help him. But what does Crush do?
Crush don't for Marlin to get Squirt.
Squirt, yeah. He doesn't want him to get Squirt. Do you know why?
Because Squirt can swim in by himself.
Good job, Sao. Well done. So Crush believes in Squirt. He knows that he will be okay. He wants to see what he will do by himself. So Crush believes in Squirt. So this is a huge contrast of Nemo and Marlin's relationship with Crush and Squirt because Crush is not overprotective. He will let Squirt do whatever he wants to do. Okay, guys, well done. Let's get started. So yesterday we watched part 4. Part 4 is all about Nemo's escape plan, and that's what I want to talk about today in depth. Nemo's escape plan. Now, before we do that, let's get started with the timeline, okay? Just to remind ourselves of what we watched yesterday. So what's happening in this scene? Who is this bird, and what is he telling Nemo? He's come to tell Nemo some exciting news. What is the exciting news? Tweechy.
Nemo that is trying to find Nemo and Marlin is in Australian.
Yes.
Nemo there.
Good girl, well done. So Nigel the bird has come to tell Nemo that his dad is coming to find him. He's coming to save him. How does this make Nemo feel? Mickey.
He feel happy.
Good girl. He feels really happy and really excited. Well done. Okay, he feels really happy and excited and he decides to do something by himself. What does he decide to do? Kiwi, can you remember? What does Nemo do?
Nemo take 2 rock in the tongue and put it and he swim into the pump.
Good girl, well done, very good. So Nemo decides that he wants to try the plan again. He goes and gets a really big pebble, he swims through the pump, and then he puts the pebble into the filter. Okay, so he becomes determined to escape and succeeds when he tries again. So he gets into the filter tank and he wedges the pebble in the filter. So he gets the plan right. So well done, Kiwi. Okay, let's go to Marlin and Dory. What happens to Marlin and Dory? So they come off the turtles, and then what happens? They're in the great deep blue ocean with no one around. Then Dory sees someone or something, and what does she do? Kang.
I don't know.
That's okay, don't worry. Okay, who does she start talking to? Can anyone tell me? Teddy.
The whale.
Good girl, well done. She starts speaking to a whale. Good girl, well done, Teddy. Perfect. So Dory starts talking to a whale and they get trapped in the whale. Okay, well done. So Marlin and Dory are trapped inside the whale, and Marlin thinks the whale wants to eat them. At one point, Marlin and Dory are holding on to the whale's tongue, and the whale is saying, "It's time to let go." And Dory trusts the whale. Dory is positive that everything will be okay, but Marlin doesn't believe her. But eventually, does Marlin believe her? Does Marlin let go? Yes, well done. So Marlin does. He starts to trust Dory and he lets go. When he lets go, they fall down, and what happens here? Mingha, what happens here? Do they get eaten?
No,
No. What happens?
they flew up to the whale hole.
Good girl, well done. They flew up to the whale's blowholes. So the whale needs to breathe, just like we learned about in one of our readings. Whales are mammals. They use the blowholes on top of their head to breathe out. So the whale pushes them out through the blowhole. Okay? And where does the whale put them? Everyone shout it out.
Sydney.
Very good. Well done. The whale throws them out to Sydney. So the whale was helping them all along. This shows us that Dory can speak whale and the whale understood them. So the whale helped them the whole time. The whale blows them out at Sydney, just where they need to be. How does Marlin feel when he realizes he's in Sydney? Cindy.
He very happy
Good girl. He's so happy.
because he can help his son.
Very good. Well done. Very, very good. So that means that he can find his son. So he's super excited. He gets out and he said, "This is it, Dory. We did it." And he gets very excited. Well done, Cindy. Good job, guys. Okay, so that's just a quick recap of everything that we watched in part 4. Now, what I want to talk about is Nemo's escape plan. So this is actually from part 3, this scene. Now, I want to ask some questions about this scene. Have a look at the colors in this scene. Are the colors bright and light?
Yes.
Yes? What do we think? Everyone shout it out. Are the colors bright and light? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. Now, have a look at the colors. The colors are black and red. Okay, so we've mainly got black and red, so it's quite dark. Now, why do you think this scene is black and red? Why do you think the colors are so dark? Okay, Quang Hai.
They said they the people put when the nighttime the people turn off the lights in the tank, then they put some lights in the tank for the fish to swim and to see
Good,
where
you're
it's
right.
going.
Yeah, so there are some lights in the fish tank so that the fish can see in the dark. Perfect. Yeah, and go ahead, Kwang Hai.
And and it is black, but we black because the night is black. Then the black night make the tank is dark.
Very good, because it's nighttime. Well done, Kwang Hai. So we can clearly tell that this is happening at nighttime, like you said, Kwang Hai. Now, the reason I think that the artists and writers have made this scene dark and red is to show danger. When Nemo first wakes up, Nemo feels a bit scared because the tank gang are asking Nemo to swim through the ring of fire. So they're making it sound scary. But the only reason that they're doing this is because they want to see if Nemo has got what it takes to join to be a part of their gang. Now, when the ring of fire goes up and all the bubbles go up, does Nemo swim through it? Yes or no?
Yeah. No.
Yes. Yes, he does. Nemo is able to swim through the ring of fire, and then he is able to join into the tank gang. So Nemo joins the tank gang, and Gil comes up with a plan for a way to save Nemo from Darla. Now, who can tell me, what is the plan? Okay, Teddy, go ahead.
The plan is Nemo will go into the pipe that have the machine that clean the water. They'll let Nemo put it in it so the machine stopped, but it didn't work. But soon the tank started to be clean, and soon Gil said we were being put in a plastic bag and we
Good girl.
by ourselves, and then when we were jumped on something I don't know, and then we drove down to the ocean.
Good girl. Well done, Teddy. The plan is to put a pebble to wedge the cleaning system in the tank so that then when the tank gets dirty, the dentist will take them out and the fish will roll back into the ocean. Now, does the plan work?
No.
No. What happens? So Nemo tries it one time, and what happens to Nemo? Why does it not work? What is the problem? Leo, can you remember?
I can remember.
You can't remember. Okay, no worries. Mia, can you remember? So it does not work because the pebble is too small. Yeah? The pebble is too small, and then the fan starts turning again, and Nemo almost gets hurt. So the plan does not work. So the escape plan didn't work because the pebble was too small, and everyone is very sad. Everyone is sad. Nemo almost got hurt, and everyone feels really sad. Then Nigel comes back, and Nigel tells Nemo that his dad is coming to save him. This makes Nemo feel very determined to succeed, so he tries the escape plan again. Does the escape plan work this time? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, well done. This time, Nemo takes a big pebble. He takes a big pebble and he goes to do it by himself, and the tank gets very, very dirty. Okay, so Nemo successfully stops the filter from working, the tank gets dirty, and everyone is very happy. And that's how part 4 is left with Nemo and the tank gang. So the tank is starting to get really dirty, and they're very excited to be cleaned. Okay, now let's talk about Dory and Marlin. Dory and Marlin, their relationship is really changing now. In part 4, their relationship is really starting to change. So, when they first go off the turtles and they're in the big blue sea all by themselves, how does Marlin react? So, when they leave the turtles and they're in the sea by themselves, how does Marlin act? Is he happy? Is he worried? What happens? Kwang Hai?
I say scary.
Good. So not scary, but scared.
scared.
Very good.
And-
Well done. Oh, sorry.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
and Martin asked where Sydney, and Dory said find someone to ask. And he see left, right, and up and down, and in the straight he see something, but he says he is a small fellow.
Good job, Quang Hai. Well done. Exactly. So when they get out into the ocean, Marlin is very scared and worried, okay? He says, now what do we do? We're in the middle of the ocean. We don't know where we're going. What are we going to do? So Marlin is really panicked. So here we can see Marlin panics a lot, panics and worries a lot. He starts to get really worried and really scared. But how does Dory react? Is Dory panicking? Is Dory scared? Is Dory worried? How does Dory act? Ocean. Where is Ocean? Ocean, how does Dory act?
Happy.
Good boy. Well done. Dory is very happy. She's cheerful and positive, just like she always is. Well done, Ocean. Okay, Ocean, can you read this for me? Dory is positive,
Dory is positive,
hopeful.
and cheerful.
She
helped
calm
calm
Marlin down.
down.
She
She
asked
asked Marlin to trust her, and he did.
Very good. Well done, Ocean. So Dory is positive, hopeful, and cheerful, just like she always is. So she actually helps calm Marlin down. At one point, Marlin gets so worked up that he turns upside down, and she's like, hey, it's going to be okay. Let's ask someone for directions. And she's saying, trust me, it'll be okay. And Marlin does trust her. But then what happens? Ming Huang.
Well,
Good. She starts speaking in whale, okay? She starts speaking in whale language. Then the whale responds, and what does the whale do? Zaling.
Attention in Dari and listen to Dari.
Yeah, he listens to Dory. Good girl. The whale listens to Dory. So the whale puts Dory and Marlin in its mouth, okay? So the whale puts Marlin and Dory in its mouth. Who can remember what these are called? So whales don't have teeth, but they have something else instead. And it looks like this. What is this? Who can remember from the reading comprehension we did a while ago? Begins with letter B. Okay, Kang.
Baleen.
Very good. Baleen. Well done. So whales don't have teeth, but they have baleen instead. Well done. Okay, so Dory asks the whale for help, but Marlin is afraid that the whale might hurt them. Okay, Marlin is saying, we're very small, it's very big, maybe we shouldn't ask for help. Then the whale puts them in its mouth. How does this make Dory feel, and how does it make Marlin feel? Let's talk about Marlin first. When Marlin is in the whale, is he happy about this? Everybody?
No.
No. He's very, 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 very angry and very sad. Why is he angry and sad that he is in the whale? Sao.
Because he worried the whale eat her.
Eat him. Very good. Well done. He's worried that he's going to be eaten by the whale when he's trying to save his son. So that's not good. Okay? How does Dory feel? What does Dory do when they're inside the whale? Is she crying? Is she sad? Is she worried? Doing. Lum.
She feels happy.
Good. She feels so happy. In fact, if you can remember, Dory is swimming around and playing. She's saying, woohoo, watch me. She's doing swirls and laughing and joking and playing in the whale. So she doesn't mind. So Dory is still cheerful even though they are in the whale. But Marlin is very sad at this point. He feels like he has broken his promise to Nemo. He says to Dory in this part, he says, I promised I would never let anything happen to him. And Dory says, well, that's a weird promise. because if you never let anything happen to him, he'll live a very boring life, okay? So Marlin is feeling really upset. Quang Hai, you have a question.
Yes, Marlin, when the whale put the Marlin and Dory in the mouth, Marlin did the tree story, and he feel he he feel Dory is wasting his time and don't want to save Nemo. He thinks that-
Very good. Well done, Quang Hai.
and Nemo and Dory want both want to eat.
Very good. He thinks that he wants to eat both of them. Well done, Quang Hai. He gets really angry at Dory. He yells at Dory in the whale. Well done, Quang Hai. Okay, so this is a really important factor. And at one point, when the whale is starting to drink the water or get the water to go away from its mouth, the water starts going down. Marlin starts to panic and he says, "Oh my goodness, the water, it's going half down. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?" He said, "It's almost half empty." And Dory said, really? I would say it's half full. Now, this is a saying that we have in English. We would ask someone, "Look at this cup of water. Do you think it's half full or half empty?" If you look at this cup of water and you think it's half full, click the raise your hand button. Okay, so I've only got 3 students. Oh, 4. Okay, so just a few. And now, a few more coming in now. Okay. Okay, and stop. Now, if you think the glass is half empty, click the raise your hand button. Okay, so some people clicked it for both. Now, what this means is how you look at life. So, for example, someone who would look at this cup and say, "Oh, that cup is half empty," we would say they are a negative person. What this means is that they only see the bad things in life. They're looking at this cup and thinking, "Oh, well, it's already half empty." That's very negative. However, if you are someone who sees it as half full, like Dory does, it means that you are positive. You look at the good things in life. You would look at this cup and say, "Well, I've still got a half full cup of water to drink." So instead of focusing on what you don't have, like the half empty outlook, you're focusing on what you do have. So you're grateful for what you do have. So this is a huge compare and contrast point for Marlin and Dory. Marlin is very negative. He always sees the bad in life, whereas Dory is so positive. She is always cheerful and happy and sees the good things in life. Okay. Now, at this point, they're holding on to the tongue and the whale is wanting them to let go. Now, Marlin starts to get angry at Dory and he says, "You think you can do these things, but you just can't, Nemo." He calls Dory Nemo. Why do you think he makes a mistake and calls Dory Nemo? Quang Hai?
He just like Nemo. He's telling Marlin did that for me. Nemo do anything. If Marlin for it do things like do things he wants, and he cannot do it just like Dory. He just wants to tell he just wants to tell Dory cannot do anything. He's same like Nemo.
Good. Well done, Quang Hai. Amazing. Okay. Because Marlin is so used to telling Nemo, "Nemo, you can't do that. Nemo, you can't do this. Nemo, you can't do these things by yourself. Nemo, you have a bad fin. You can't swim." He is so used to telling Nemo what he cannot do that he mistakes Nemo for Dory. So Dory for Nemo. So Marlin calls Dory Nemo accidentally because he is used to telling Nemo he cannot do things. Okay, in the end, Dory says, "Come on, we have to let go now. It's time to let go." Marlin is really scared, but does he trust Dory in the end? Does he let go? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, very good. He does. He eventually trusts Dory again, and he lets go. And it's a good thing he lets go because, what happens when they let go? Leo, what happens when they let go?
The whale blows them off the hole.
Very good. The whale blows them out of the blowhole. And where does the whale put them, Leo?
Into the Sydney.
Good job. They're in Sydney, just where they wanted to go. Well done, Leo. So the whale lets Dory and Marlin out at Sydney. This shows that the whale understood Dory. The whole time the whale was helping them. The whale never had any intention of eating Marlin and Dory. Whales only really eat what? What do whales like to eat? Shout it out. Krill. Very good. Well done, guys. Okay, guys, that is all we have time for today. So let me show you your homework. Let me just explain what you have to do. Again, you have to tell me more about Marlin and Dory's relationship. What did we learn about part 4? Is their relationship getting stronger? How do you know? Tell me what happened in the event section and tell me how that makes their relationship change. Is it getting better or is it getting worse? Then I want you to write 5 of your own causes and effects from part 4, okay? I want you to write your own causes and effects from part 4. For example, one could be Dory asks the whale for directions. What would the effect be of this? If you wrote Dory asked the whale for directions, what would the effect be? Tweechy.
The effect will be
What happened when Dory asked the whale for directions? What did the whale do?
the whale breathe by the blowhole, then Marlin and Dory
Not quite. That's okay, Teddy. Don't worry. So I can see that Zaling has her hand up. Don't worry, Tweety. It's okay. Zaling, do you want to try and tell me? Zaling?
The whale listened.
The whale listened. Very good. The whale listened and put Dory and Marlin in his mouth. Okay, guys, so these are both of your homeworks today. Do I have any questions about your homework? No. Very good. Okay, guys, please watch part 5 today. Please watch part 5 of Finding Nemo today, as we are going to study part 5 tomorrow. Okay, guys, well done today. You did a great job, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Goodbye.
Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.